What is up, Guardians? It's Macabre, and we are back with another Destiny 2 video. Now, today's video is going to be covering the weapon and gear Lightfall trailer, so if you haven't already, go watch that. But before we get into it, if you aren't subscribed, please go down below, click that subscribe button, click the bell next to it so you know when I post new videos. It's been awesome seeing all the support you guys have given me, especially after that most recent 5 meta builds no one uses video, and I hope you guys can continue to support me as I continue to make content. Well, let's jump into it, and let's start with the very first exotic weapon shown in the trailer, which is a sidearm. Kind of weird, I know, but I'm excited, and here's why. Final Warning has charged tracking rounds. I know. Crucible might be a little bit busted, but this also appears to be our first strand weapon, so keep that in mind. I'm assuming it's going to have some sort of charge meter, similar to the exotic we got with the Season Pass and Teraba, for example, where you get kills or you deal damage and it slowly but surely charges up, and then you can use that to use your tracking rounds. Looks really unique. It's a rapid-fire frame sidearm, so it'll have some viability in Crucible, but I'm curious to see how good this sidearm is in PvE as well. Very interesting, very cool first exotic of the trailer. Jumping in, we have our second exotic weapon, which is a machine gun. Yes, you heard me right, and it's Void. Slow firing, 4th shot weakens enemies, and 16th shot causes volatile. Okay? Curious to see how well this is gonna work. I feel like a lot of things with this might not work as intended. Maybe we'll get a catalyst with 4th time's the charm or something, and then it'll make it busted. But with machine guns kind of being up in the air as a DPS option, maybe this will be a stand-in for a lot of people as they go and decide that this is the weapon they're going to use. Now, it does look pretty sweet. I'm just hoping that nothing's bugging out with it, as we've seen with a lot of volatile issues in the past season. Moving on, we have our first exotic armor piece, a Hunter helmet. Yes, this is going to break the Crucible. Just a little bit, I think. I'm curious to see what the actual flinch resistance scaler is, or if there is a scaler at all. But I mean, you see in this clip, Hunter's taking a decent amount of flinch and still nailing a headshot. We also see here that there is a legendary sniper, which we've seen in some of the previous trailers, but this is one of 2 legendary weapons we get a glimpse of in this trailer, so keep that in mind. Pretty cool Hunter exotic helmet. I don't know how viable it'll end up being, though. Moving on, we have our second exotic armor piece, a pair of Titan legs, Aviant Leap, which, honestly, depending on how good Strand is, could be busted, or it could be a waste of your time, as we already have this exotic with fire, or with solar subclass, pardon me, and I don't know, maybe it's going to be better on Strand? We'll have to wait and see. Strand seems to have a decent amount of capabilities to it and a lot of versatility, so I'm hoping and praying that this exotic for the Titans actually works really, really well. But like I said, we'll wait and see. Moving on to our third and final exotic armor piece, we have Swarmers, which are the Warlock legs. Now, this is what has me most excited. Yep, take note right there, legendary hand cannon. But it appears that destroying Tangles spawns Threadlings, which kind of act like mini Screebs, but on our side. They look like they do a lot of damage, so I'm curious to see exactly how much they end up doing and how viable this exotic is. As for Tangles, generating those, we don't know all of the ways yet, but that leads us right into what's next, and that's the Quicksilver Catalyst. Quicksilver is apparently being reworked to be a strand weapon. This is partially why it lost its arc grenades, but it generates Tangles now on grenade kills, which we see here was just picked up and thrown by a Warlock. And if you're wearing Swarmers, you shoot it, it creates Threadlings. So, kind of interesting. I think this is going to add another layer of complexity to Quicksilver, and I also think it's going to make it viable with the Strand subclass as a whole, which I think is one thing Stasis kind of failed at, is we didn't have any weapons to play into the strengths of Stasis, right? No Stasis weapons, except for the grenade launcher. This is going to give us options right out of the gate. Quicksilver Storm is pretty solid, and maybe that sidearm's really busted in PvE, who knows? But it has me very excited either way. Now moving on, we have our third exotic weapon. Why they're separated, I do not know, but our third exotic weapon is Winter Bite. Yes, a stasis glaive is finally coming to Destiny 2. It looks like it's going to work similar to the Warlock glaive, where you charge it up and then you shoot a frost orb. The frost orb will freeze all enemies in the nearby area, and then you can melee them because melee has increased damage against frozen targets. This looks really, really solid, and I'm very excited for a stasis glaive. Even if it is going to take my exotic slot, very excited to see how well it works in game and all the synergy it has with the stasis subclass as a whole. Very, very excited for this. This might be the thing that I take away and love the most from Lightfall. We will have to wait and see. Now, in regards to anything else shown in the trailer, both the outro and the intro to it really just show off all of the exotic armor pieces and weapons that were shown and explained throughout the trailer. Like I said, we did see 2 legendary weapons, being a hand cannon and a sniper, both of them more than likely being adaptive, but we'll have to wait and see. We don't know, but very excited for everything shown in this trailer. I think they did a phenomenal job putting this together. As always, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Go check out this trailer if you haven't. Go watch it fully without interruptions. With that, I got nothing else to say except for get back to grinding, your crazy guardians.